You are now reacting to the solo artist IU and the B-side song My Sea, aka The Sea of a Kid and I, which is the Korean title, released on her 2021 Lilac album. Even if you are trapped in your own torment, this song reminds you that life isn't only filled with sadness. Too young! I'm going through a hard time right now. Even when you are feeling lost and you don't see how things are going to get any better, just open your eyes to the beautiful things around you and you will eventually find your path back. Fun fact, IU chose this song to be the 8th track on her album since 8 is her favorite number. Also, the song is 5 minutes and 16 seconds long because her birthday is May 16th.
Whoa!
5/16. Yeah!
That's awesome.
Yeah!
That's so personalized.
And then the song is composed by Kim Hee-won and Jae-hui, and the lyrics were written by IU.
I like that.
What's the Korean name of the song again? The Sea?
The Sea of a Kid and I.
See, that sounds like a children's book that I would buy today. That just sounds so poetic. I'm just like, whoa, I want that book. 3, 2, 1. Whoa, that was...
I like it entering with the voice and without meter.
I like this repeated note. Oh, I saw.
Oh, that was nice.
거울 속에 마주친 얼굴이 어색해서 습관처럼 조용히
This is literally me in the morning.
You literally just said that.
밤이 되면 서둘러 내일로
Yes,
가고
girl.
싶어.
Yes.
수많은 소원 아래
Nice.
매일
Okay, as the piano gets louder, I feel the top a little more, the compression.
Withholding a little bit.
Oh.
Wow. Yeah, there's a big
That deep sounding percussion.
Only traces remain. And then it faded a little bit. Text painting.
We have this like,
The strings are fire in the back. The pizzicato.
I don't know if it's electric guitar. That blends very well with the strings.
Yeah, see? It's like rhythmic driving.
It's a cool texture.
Musical theater.
Yeah, no, it sounds like a musical theater. Dancing through life. Oh. Defying gravity.
Yeah.
This really is like the peak song. Like,
She didn't flip that time. That was foul.
She's gonna do something weird, I already know.
Half step modulation. Fire! And that was in the middle of a vocal phrase, so that was sick. Ooh, that note's a little harder to hit, a half step higher. Oh, the harmony in the back. It brings up an vibrato at the end. It's so beautiful. Oh my god. She's such a good singer.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Wow.
두 번 다시 날 모른 척하지
Wow. Oh my gosh.
그럼에도
It's not over.
여전히 가끔은 삶에게 지는 날들도 있겠지 또다시 헤매일지라도 돌아오는 길을 알아.
Ooh. I didn't know 5 minutes of a song could be so good. Like, that's really hard to do.
Yeah, she's got a lot of great control.
This is so different though. I'm so used to hearing her like high voice. Her low temper's so nice.
It's like a lot of different textures that were super unexpected, like each time. Especially that one spot where they just did the a cappella thing.
Right.
And I got like a little bit of a gospel vibes, and also like
The
Irish-
4-sharp-4-5.
Ah. And then also like kind of like Irish kind of stuff, or like the use of drone. You know, like Danny Boy.
When the valley's hushed and white with snow.
Yeah, that's the exact vibe I felt from this when they went to a cappella. I wonder what exactly made me think of that. Or maybe it's just like the, you know, da 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 da, the 4 scale pattern. I feel like there's lots of like songs with 3 notes, but da da da, but da 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 da. Maybe not so common.
I'm at a loss for words. The only room in my brain right now is for feelings. Oh my god. I love what she does with her voice. That's beautiful. Because has so much control over what she wants to express, whether it be singing really lightly in her head voice or belting out a beautifully in tune high note on a nice open vowel, and then letting some of that vibrato free up at the end before it cuts off. And then the chorus, the actual choir, the choir at the end.
That was so weird.
Oh, weird! Oh my god, it made me lose my mind. You heard it. It made me lose my mind.
we saw that.
And then at the outro, when they have the choir again, it's so cathartic. I miss being able to sing with people so much.
My god. It was also so natural too, like the way she uses the instrumentals. It's so smartly placed where they put like where the strings are gonna come in, where the harp is gonna come in, where the voices are gonna come in.
I don't think it was a harp.
And what was it?
I think it was just like an electric piano kind of just dangling on top. Yeah, it was just like scalar.
Okay.
But it was like some type of like sound patch.
Very smartly placed, everything.
Yeah, it was pretty standard the way they placed it. It was it was pretty good.
I'm always looking for like the communication aspect in the text painting, you know, like bringing out certain words. Although she does it plenty, I felt like the instrumentation did a lot of it in terms of less and more, growing and diminishing. And there's just balance among all the different types of instruments used. Because usually it's the vocalist having the words, like you're doing that, like that's up to you to communicate the text. And she definitely did it tenfold, but the instruments really supported that venture. So
I enjoyed a lot of like the music soundscape that she made and how it does feel soundscape. And she talks a lot about like the sea. It's all about the ocean. And like at first I was like, you know, this doesn't really sound like the ocean. This feels like flying. This feels like a soaring melody. And I was like, stupid. That's kind of what being on a boat feels like. Like if you've ever been on like the front of a boat and it's like really windy, and like if you've been on a smaller boat and it's like kind of like jumping a little on the waves, like That's what it feels. It's like got that mix of like soaring and pushing and pulling of the waves. There was like a little bit of rain towards the I think it was the very last, the bridge. The very first line was like a little bit of rain, and then the choir came in, and I was like, this is messing with my ocean soundscape, but okay. We'll have a choir in the middle of the seashore. You're invited on the boat. Why not?
Wow, I didn't really put myself through that much imagery. That's actually really cool.
Yeah, I like watching movies
Also,
when I listen to music.
Like
This
reading
is
the
so
lyrics,
musical to me.
It sounds like she's breaking free, which is why I do get that flying vibe. Is that
Yeah, that's
yes,
the thing,
you're
and I'm
on-
like, maybe she's breaking
She's
free by jumping on a
soaring.
boat and just sailing.
This
Sure.
is like the pivotal aria / like solo number in a music theater
Yeah,
show
yeah.
that is like,
For sure.
if you've seen Wicked Defying Gravity, very much similar feelings of just power. Also orchestration, like you got the strings starting with piano for a lower vibe. There's a rhythms guitar and drum set, or well, they have the drum set sound a bit more under the sea because it's deep. But like the same kind of instrumentation that builds up, it's very much canon to like
We'll just
musical
insert this
theater.
into some kind of like ocean themed music. We can go in Titanic.
Oh
We'll
my
just
god,
put it
no,
in
really?
there.
It's like the aria, the moment-changing aria, especially with the key change in the middle too. Oh my god.
And the choir
It's
at
so
the end, like, okay, we can do that in musical theater, no problem.
So it went up a half step, right? At some point.
Yes, it was very sudden, a very, very jarring key change that I enjoyed.
Yeah. Up to F.
I like the compositional aspects of this song, but I think some of the production and instrumental choices did make it sound a little cheesy. A lot of IU songs allow me to bathe inside the sentimental, the pathos, the emotional qualities of it. But yeah, this one got a little too theatrical for me, where there were moments where it felt like if there was like an emotional rubber band, just snapped back, and I was like, oh, I'm back in my seat.
Oh, those moments.
Yes.
Those moments, if I'm in the right mood, they make me like sob.
Nice. Well, yeah, like the choir that came in for that one line. I don't know, it sounded kind of flat. I mean, it was pitch perfect. Voice should sound like this, this round experience, but they sound like that. And also, it doesn't really come back. I could argue that the last section of the piece, where it's just kind of murky and deliberately not as rhythmic, just more textures, that could be a callback to the choir section. But I mean, I guess thinking about that, it's kind of nice.
So this is a song that you would enjoy more hearing it live.
Most likely. I can imagine, like, especially if there was like a live piano that's like being mic'd.
Live
and-
instrumentals,
Right.
live
Oh, yeah.
chorus.
And,
Oh, yeah.
and lyrics in the program in
English,
English.
yeah.
I have a lot of the similar feelings about it, in that the first part was definitely did exactly what it needed to do and did it well. That the middle became definitely too musical theater-y for me. That it became so laden with affectation that it felt like it kind of lost that initial clarity. And then the end of it, I actually liked just as much as the beginning. It felt a lot more spontaneous and interesting and like alive. The other felt like it was flowcharted in a way, in the middle point.
I'm curious because like when I think of the lyrics at that section where it turns musical theater-y, I can't picture any other way of doing it, because it's talking about crashing waves and reaching out to the memories calling you back, and it's super dramatic visual lyrics that I feel is best done by that kind of instrumental.
The thing about musical theater is, she's going really hard on the vocals, but the instrumentals don't feel as colorful and inspired as, say, like a Strauss song or like a song written for voice and orchestra. I feel like, yeah, the orchestra was doing this one thing. It very much felt like the background. I think
That makes
that's
sense.
yeah.
That makes sense.
It could have done more of the maybe. I mentioned a timpani because I feel like that would have brought the explosiveness, or even more of the bells, that type of stuff.
Chimes.
And there is a kid in the title, like this is C for a kid and I think instead of a childlike wonder, it's like a Broadway wonder. I don't know.
That makes sense.
Talking about like the melody or like the composition wise though, like of this song, what stood out to me was the reusing of like that da da da, that just one like motive, major, second, doo doo, then coming back. And then that's like the very first thing you hear. The next phrase is da da da, just a fourth up. I don't know, recently I've been really like paying attention to the reusing of either melodic or rhythmic motives, because in our convo, like our teacher is just talking about the reusing of like one small idea and really sticking to that. Yeah, they did that in this song, so I was like, that's cool.
This is just one of those songs where you just listen to it and you're just like, I feel powerful. I think what's really cool about it is how, sort of if you look at it, it kind of is shaped like a mountain, where it starts really low, and also, like texturally speaking, it starts very, like not a lot is happening. As it keeps going, her voice goes from being more breathy to being more full, and sort of we go up and up and up on the roller coaster, up and up and up, and then we get to the key change, everything is happening, she hits the high note, strings keep going, and then it sort of quiets down at the perfect time. And it's also really interesting because when we get to that mountaintop, it literally feels like you're watching the sunrise. You're like on the top of a mountain and you're thinking, wow, I'm here. I just
Hit the trash can.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm trying to say, is that it just feels like a mountain. Or like the song structure is like a mountain, and it just kept building an intensity in the perfect ways. There was also something that I want to mention where like she flipped from a breathier voice to her full voice was so seamlessly done, and it happened right in the first chorus, because the first chorus started like small, but as the instruments kept coming in, her voice somehow matched the instruments as she just started to go more and more into her full voice, until all of a sudden I was thinking, wow, how did this happen? So, gosh, her voice is so good.
I love this. I love IU. I love music. I love you.
Aww,
Thank
I love you
you.
too, Julia.
Oh my god!
This song changed your life.
The end of her 20s and going into her 30s and her life journey. And
She's 30?
She's turning 30 soon. I think it's Korean age.
What does that mean?
Because
Wait,
1 year, so you get
there's
1 year
different
older.
ages?
You get 1 year older when New Year's.
Oh yeah.
And then another year older on your actual birthday. So there's a 2 years difference between
So I'm 22.
international age and Korean age.
I'm so
Yeah,
old.
there's different ages.